it comes out of nowhere, you don't know why, but it happens to everybody. An example could be a plane crash, you could get in a car accident, you could be hiking in the mountains. Anyways, you can get lost or just wake up and have been in a plane crash or something. You might not know. I'm going to give some tips on some ways that can help you if you get put in one of these situations and could better your chances for being found or just to be able to survive. I'm being an avid outdoorsman. I've always liked to challenge myself, and since like the age of 12, I've gone out into the woods with limited resources and tried to just, camp for a day or two. Some main points I want to go over is to not panic and to evaluate your situation, how to build a proper fire, and some examples of some different shelters you can make. So the first thing I want to go over is to not panic. Energy is very important, and if you waste any, it's the most valuable resource you have. Sleep, water, food, anything like that. And to stay put, wherever your accident scene is, you want to stay there. If you don't, you're making it harder for a rescue team to find you. If it's a plane crash, there might be a GPS they can find you with, anything to track that crash. Another thing you should try to do is tend to any wounds. If you got cut, tied off with anything, it could be a jumper cable, it could be your belt, it could be just twine or rope or a strap. Also, if you have a head wound, you should just sit put, like stay down and try not to move too much because you could end up hurting yourself even worse if you were to fall or just, break a leg or something. Finally, you should just observe your surroundings. There could be snow. In that case, you're going to want to try to get a shelter first so you don't freeze. If you're in the mountains, you want to be careful so you don't break an ankle. And if you're just like maybe out in the ocean or something, got in a boating accident, you want to know what's around you so you stay as safe as possible. The next thing I'm going to go over is how to build a proper fire. So the first thing you should do is find some kindling, just sticks, any size like this, just not too big, and try to keep it in kind of a teepee-like form. So just keep on making a bundle of sticks. And the main purpose of this is when you find stuff, you might not have like newspaper, but if you do, paper works really well. If not, look for anything dry, like birch bark is a really good resource around here. For instance, this piece right here, you can like wave it, it's so thin and light, and it lights up faster than I think newspaper does. In that case, bundle up a little bit of it and get it in the inside of your bundle of sticks. That is going to be the first part you want to light up, and I wouldn't add wood right away because it can just drown out the fire. Get your sticks started first and then start adding stuff that's about this size, because that way you can build up with your littler sticks. Then after that, try to keep a teepee-like form and try to look for as dry as wood as possible. This stuff's pretty green because it was freshly cut not too long ago, maybe this last summer here, but if you find anything dead, just try to find any way you can to keep this teepee form up. And just mess around with it. It's like a puzzle, so it can be kind of fun sometimes.
It'd be easier if you were on the ground, wouldn't it?
Yeah, cardboard isn't really the best surface to do this on, but there you go. And once you get that form, once you got the fire and stuff like this inside, it'll light it up. And the importance of fire in survival situations is, one, warmth. If you're in an area where it gets cold at night, you'd really want that. And then also security. It's scary to be in the woods or anywhere when it's dark. You hear a noise, you think, oh my gosh, a grizzly bear's coming to get me, or something like that. You want to have that security because it'll keep you calm, which will result in keeping your energy levels. Also, it betters your chance for survival. If it's nighttime and an airplane or helicopter sees the light, they'll go to that area, and if it's daytime, they can see the smoke and also go to your area. This brings me to my next point, which is shelters. It's the same thing where it keeps you security. If you have anything to protect you from the elements, that helps you, rain, wind, Keep your energy energy is the most key thing in any survival situation, because as soon as you run out of that, you don't have the energy to do any of your other tasks to stay alive. Also, it helps your chances for survival also to have a shelter, because then if an airplane's going over and they see something that looks a little different out of the woods, it could look like a puzzle with just one random part in it, and they'll go to that part first usually. So I'm gonna go over now some different shelters that you can make. So I'm gonna use this log for instance, and this is like a mini scale, but let's say you come across a tree that's like this. First shelter is there's a lean-to, which is like that, and then you can go underneath it, and then another one is with snow. And if you got snow, for instance, this will be the snow, you want to push it up against one side and you can get inside of a pocket here, and that'll keep you insulated and just be able to stay warm if there's a snowy area, if you can't build a fire, for instance. Anyways, I'm hoping that this stuff will help you better your chances for survival, because they've always helped me when I'm out in the woods doing my thing. I've gone over ways to evaluate the situation and some steps to do right away, how to build a fire, and some easy shelters to build with limited resources. If disaster strikes, hopefully now you can face these challenges with a little bit easier and less fear in your mind. So, thank you.